Check Game Podcast.
Good episode of Check Game.
Episode of Check Game Podcast.
So welcome back to Check Game.
All right, so welcome back to Check Game Podcast.
All right, welcome back to Check Game.
Welcome back to Check Game.
Yo, welcome back to Check Game.
Welcome back to Check Game.
Hey, yo, welcome back to Check Game, man. I'm here with your boy Alvin
We
Williams.
got an opportunity to share a game. You know, it's called Check Game.
Welcome back to Check Game, man. This episode, we got a special guest out of Philly, a big-time baller, a Syracuse champion, played some big-time ball in the NBA, related to some West Philly guys I like. And he a cool dude, man. I actually got to hang out with him in the clubs a few times. Nonetheless, man, let's introduce my man Hakim Warrick. Man, Hakim Skinny Warrick, man. What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up, Skinny?
Chilling, man. I know.
Where you at right now, man?
I'm in Minnesota. Before we get this out the way, I let y'all know how I mess with y'all because I turn a lot of these down. You know, everybody got a podcast, everybody got a show. Like, there's only like a couple like people that like I respect, my old heads. Like y'all showed me love, so y'all hit me up, and I was like, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I just got to Minnesota. It's cold as hell. Just settle in before I gotta go to this game later. But just wanted to hop on with y'all for a little bit.
No, I appreciate it, man. And let me ask you this
appreciate
then. Let me ask you this. Everybody do got a podcast and everybody, you know what I mean, got their lane. Why do you turn podcasts down?
I mean, I just really don't want to like be like internet. Sometimes it just be internet like clickbait and just people just be talking and has to be talking sometimes, man. So I just like it just get too much. I just like I don't mind. Like I did a couple of them, but like if I say like yes to everything, then man, I'll be on the show like every other week. So I'm like, nah, I don't really do the podcast. And then like I know like every now and then they see me yo, I know it might be a couple people that see this and like, man, you told me that. So that's why I had to put that out there. Like there's only certain select people that I go ahead and do it for.
Nah, it mean a lot to us you stepping on because we definitely want to highlight you, man. To your point, don't see you on like the social media thing a lot. You always been a low key cat, but also, man, just highlight our city where we come from and just getting the opportunity for you to be able to tell your story. And then I always think about the youth and people that can learn something and get some information from people like yourself, people like myself and Fats. You know, me and Fats, we cousins, we blood. So this is something that means something to us, like personally. So I appreciate you again taking the time, man. So thanks for hopping on. But we gonna make it. We won't take too much of your time, but definitely want to highlight some of the things that you've been going through, what you do, and what you like, where you got to where you are now. So what you got, Fats?
I want to start out by saying Fred Warrick is a friend of mine. You know what I mean? I knew him before I knew you, but I wanted to shout out Fred. And then I wanted to say, where'd you start high school and how'd you get to Syracuse, Hakim?
All right, so I like from West Philly, so I started out went to University City first, and then I was able to transfer like a Mr. Wright, like played with him, and he like all the West Philly, like from Fred, Ross, Craig Wise, and all them guys. Like we pretty much grew up around like that same block, that same like radius or walking distance, playing on 34th Street. So he had a cousin named or nephew, Mike Cook, that went to Friends Central. So I was able to transfer and then get to Friends Central from University City. But I was never like no highly rated like recruit or anything like that. So especially like I said, like you talk about Mr. Wright and just that whole era, like Fred, like I was Fred, I was Fred's little cousin, like Rashid Broken Brown. Like we had so many like guys that played Division I in that little small, like Will Chavis, Fred Wise, like the list goes on, that played in that little era. And if looking back at it, if you thought that I was the one that would have came and won a national championship and made it to the NBA out of all the great players that played in that area. Um, I would have called you crazy myself. So like, yeah, I definitely came a long way after being able to get to Friends Central, and then kind of like I snuck into Nike camp. Somebody got hurt, and then my cousin Fred, he was talking to a guy named Littell Vaughn, who's kind of connected. They somehow talked their way into getting me to get into Nike camp. So I came in, like Nike camp started, somebody got hurt. I came in, like they put I remember Fred putting the money together to like get me. I think I had to go to like BWI to like then fly to Indianapolis just to get in there and just get that opportunity. I was just like, whatever, let me get in there. And then from there, wasn't really getting recruited like that, except for a couple guys like locally. But from there, Coach Boeheim saw me, and then from there it just blew up, and then just everybody was just.
Hey, dog. Before you go forward, Littell, you said somehow they talked and got you in Nike camp. If anybody could do it, Littell could do it.
Nah.
Littell, one day I'm in Toronto after the game. I'm out there. I'm getting dressed in the locker room. After the game, security comes like, hey, man, your brother's outside waiting for you. I just told him to sit tight, and you'll be right out there. I said, my brother? I ain't got no brother. I said, Mom, Pops, wait, hold on, man. Ain't nobody tell me something? Next thing I know, I go outside. Littell saying, like, what's up, dog? I'm like, yo, how you get the security, brother? Like, I ain't got no brother, man. Littell sitting right out there, dog. I think with his check ball magazine, whatever. Yeah, dog. I'm sitting like, damn, dog, this boy done talked his way in a whole nother country. Talked his way into it. But that's funny you said that, man, because Littell definitely can talk you into it, dog.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Tell. Like, a lot of people don't know that story, but yeah, like I definitely wasn't nationally ranked. I remember I was coming in to Friends Central. I think it used to be like Ted Celebrity, like they used to have all the rankings and all that. I had it like circle. I don't know what. I probably was like number 800. Like they probably in the city. I'm talking about in the city. They just was probably just getting names, and I saw my name on the list. I was so I went from that to like after leaving Nike, I think moved up to like 81 in the nation. So just like pretty much out of nowhere in a couple years. So then just taking advantage of the opportunity. Played.
But you said,
I don't even think I played great.
You wasn't. What you said? You was 5'10". Like you wasn't. So I was 6'7".
Yeah, I was 5'10" and a half as a freshman, and I used to. Me and my cousin, my uncle lived out in like Orange County, so like my first couple years, me and my cousins, we went out there and went out to like L.A., Southern California for the summer. Came back like 6'2", 6'3". So they're like, man. Then when you don't see nobody, so you leave. I'm like, I did the real Fresh Prince. Like went over, left West Philly, went over to Cali, came back. They like, damn. Next summer, did the same thing. Came back like 6'2". Came back like 6'5", 6'6". They like, yo, what's going on over there in Cali? So like every summer, like my from like my freshman year, I grew like 2-3 inches, like by the time I was a senior, like 6'8" and a half, 6'9". Grew a little bit in college as well. So I was definitely like, when they say a late bloomer, I was definitely a late bloomer.
A lot of people don't realize, man, so many things change. They try to rank these kids and all that so early, and they probably looking at you. If you come back, you 6'5". Come on, man, it ain't the same. Well, yesterday's price ain't the same as the day's price.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I be telling my son. Like he all worrying about. I'm like, man, ain't nothing. It's so much stuff I wish I would have known. Like you worrying about things they ranking kids at third graders, like class of like 20, 35. I'm like, And especially now with the NIL, like I feel like it's just tough, man, because these kids is getting so much at an early age. It's tougher to like work. Like I had to like really grind. And even like back then, like even if you was getting like some like high rankings and all that, you still most likely wasn't legally touching money until
Right.
you knew you was well out of college. So now being able to get it so early, like it's just going to be, I think it's going to be tough.
Going
Like
to
you're going to
Syracuse, I
have
know you know all about that.
Nah. I don't know. People really be thinking that, but before, like it was messed up before, and we was watched super crazy, so we didn't really have like not like I was almost about to fight my coach one time. He talking about he wasn't gonna give us a ride. I'm like, nah, we getting this coach. It was summertime. He's like, yo, can we get a ride? He's like, nah, it's not. It's illegal. I'm like, illegal? I said, man, I'm not waiting another 30, 40 minutes for this bus. Like, we get you. You gonna have to throw me out this car. They was the NCAA was on their ass, so they wasn't really messing with us like that.
Yeah. What you got, Fats?
So Skinny, you got to Syracuse. You was balling. What year did you win the national championship? And if you would like to shout out some of those guys on that team, because that was a hell of a team that you played with that went to the chip. Was that your freshman year or your sophomore year?
So that was my sophomore year. Like I said, like I came in, even getting that Nike, and then seeing Coach Boeheim and getting recruited, and then just going from pretty much unknown, not ranked, to being a top 100 player. Still, after that, like, once I signed with Syracuse, they still like, all right, you good, but like, what is this kid doing going to Syracuse? So my freshman year, I didn't play as much, but I had some moments, and I think that gave me some confidence going into my sophomore year. Like we lost a lot of guys, and we had like two freshmen, Mello and GMAC came in, and I just knew from day one like we was going to be a lot better. At that time, I wasn't thinking national championship. I ain't gonna lie, but like I knew how much I improved and all the guys, Josh and Queth and Billy and Craig, all those guys, how much they improved, that I knew we were going to be a lot better than everyone thought we was going to be. So we came in from like an unranked team to just putting it together and having one of the best seasons. I would say the best season because we won the championship in Syracuse of all time, and shout out to those guys, man, because like we kind of like at that time that was like the first one, like one and done. Like before that, like Melo was like kind of like that first. Before that, you was either going straight to the league. Like if you was that good, you was going straight to the league, or you was going to go maybe do 3 years in college. Then when they put the rule in that you couldn't go straight to the NBA, that kind of like kicked off that one and done era. I think with Melo, then like Katie and all followed after. But at that time, like it wasn't known for like I was a sophomore, G Mac and Melo was freshmen. Like we was like mostly like underclassmen. So it wasn't like even when we made our run, like it was like, all right, okay, they went to the Sweet 16, but this like Oklahoma, Kansas, all those teams with all these seniors and juniors, they didn't expect us to win. And I think us being so young, that may have helped us a bit because we didn't know how big of a moment it was, and we loved each other and just kept rolling, and eventually was able to get that chip, and I mean, like you said, like to see where I came from to being a national champion, like we never saw that coming.
That was the most impressive thing for me too, watching y'all as a young team. Like your guard, was it Jerry McElmain?
G-Mac, yeah.
G-Mac and Melo being young. You was young, and so to speak, you played your freshman year, but now your sophomore year, like you're in the mix. But I think back to when I was in college, like, damn, man, as a freshman, I don't know if the poise y'all played with throughout that season, and even in the final game, like y'all played with so much poise. And I'm watching them trap y'all, little half court trap near the end, but y'all weathered that. You made a hell of a pass one, like kind of like broke that snap because they had a momentum and they hit you in the middle and you hit the big boy and he got an and one. Like the poise that y'all played with is so young. But I think back to reading an article, and you was at Nike camp, and it was an interview with Coach Boeheim, and he was just saying it was one play. You had a dunk, and you like just woke up the whole gym with this one play. He said after that one play, that's my guy. Because before that, I guess Julius Hodge out of New York, that's who they were really looking. Then they saw you, man. Julius Hodge went to North Carolina State. Then they got you in Syracuse. There was that one play. And then the other play, man, I know you heard about it, you hear about it, but it was that block shot. You know what I mean? At the end of the game that you closed out from the middle of the lane, 1-2 steps. And so you've had a career that it's been like a moment that really propelled you into the next phase. Because then after that, college, shit, you became a first-team All-American. Coming from 6 points a game as a freshman to averaging over 20 as a senior, dog. What was that progression like? Like that process, what went into your mind and your thought process going into every season after that?
I mean, just every season, I just like it. You get the accomplishment, but I'm always looking ahead. Like I actually really didn't even get a chance to really even enjoy like winning a national championship because I'm focused on like beating that and going into that. And then now that I'm back, the further you get away from it, you realize how special of a moment that was. But like I was always, like I said, like I came out of nowhere. So I always felt like I had a point to prove. And I just always was wanting to be hungry and just put it on for my city and my family and just work. So I just never got satisfied. I just continued to work and continued to improve my game. It just got better.
How hungry was you to go from 6 points to 20 points? Like, what was those steps and how much work you put in on your game to get to that All-American status and wound up getting drafted really high? If you can give us a short window of what's that work like, Hakim, from a fresh 6 point average, a freshman, to leaving out 20 points, and now you know what I mean? You grown into a man and becoming a professional basketball player.
Yeah, so I mean, every level you go up, like you learn, and it's just like you learn what they like. Some things I used to do in high school that you just can't get away with in college, and the same thing from college to the NBA. Like I mean, my nickname is Skinny, but like I was real skinny, like high school, and like even skinnier now. So I knew like I really had to attack the weight room. So getting stronger, being able to play through contact and take the contact and still finish, and just learning what works for me, and then just playing in that tough conference, man. Like that really prepared me too. Like the Big East at the time, I thought was hands down the best conference. So just like iron sharpens iron, man. Just going against UConns and the pits night in and night out. Just learning and seeing what works for me. I think that just allowed me. No, but y'all ain't really give us no.
Boy, you gave Nova a little 30 piece. You came back to Philly. A little 32 to be exact, but it's all good.
It was
you can throw us in there though.
It's all about the whole Big East. That shout out to Kyle. Like he was they had that. It just was like the matchup things. Like those teams like Pitt used to give us like hell, but like I used to watch like Notre Dame, those type of teams, like Nova. They used to beat the teams that gave us troubles, and it just was crazy. It's just like the matchup.
It's like boxing, dog. Styles make fights.
Like I had trouble with them, but like Nova, they tried to do that little four guards. I was dunking all. Y'all ain't like West Virginia. They used to give people trouble with that 1-3-1. Me and Melo's in the back lobs. Like, it's just that shit really is like boxing. Like the styles do make fights. No, Nova was definitely gotta respect them, but I left them out because I don't.
They ain't give you their problems. I get
check,
it.
You could go check the record. I think I probably might have lost maybe once.
Yeah, nah. When you I think back, and not being a fanboy or nothing, but when I was a senior, and it's a little different, Tim Thomas came to Villanova, and he came with all the hype. Outstanding player, well-deserved hype, one of the best players, if not the best player, him and Kobe, 1 and 2, 1A, 1B. And then he came to Villanova, and like he just brought a different attitude, different feel to our team. Did Melo have any type of like presence like that? Like great freshman, I just remember like just hearing about him a lot. When he walked on campus, what was it like playing with him? What kind of teammate was he? What was the feel around the team when he came on campus?
All right, hold on. Let me give you another little side story that I ain't never told.
Give it to me.
I ain't told. This is crazy.
We gonna charge for this.
This is a crazy connection. So Fred Warrick, right? My cousin, big cousin, always used to play. He used to terrorize me, cheat and foul, always like trying to go against me. Like I was like kind of like I had my other. I was the younger because I was kind of like the bigger cousin, so he used to always try to get my other younger cousins to beat me or just try to go against me. So he's at Compton State.
Compton State, yep.
And where's Compton State?
Baltimore.
And I'm playing him 1-on-1. He's like, yeah, my young boy. Yeah. Yeah, you can't mess with my young boy. And guess who the young boy was? He was a ball boy at the time. So now
Hello.
I'm at Syracuse. I got my one of my assistant coaches. He was actually the forward coach, Troy Weaver at the time, and he tell us, yeah, better be ready, Melo coming in, and I'm just it's a whole lot of hype about him. So like I'm like, all right, cool. He get there the first time, our first time playing, I see him, and I'm looking like, and he one of them dudes that like playing with his shirt off, got his shirt off, and he got like. He wasn't even to this day. Melo like he got like he like a little chubby. I'm looking like this little chubby, fat dude. Everybody like hyping that this was everybody so hype about. And like even though I wasn't like an upperclassman, like I was older, sophomore. So like you're not gonna just come in. I don't care where you are. It don't matter. Like you're not just coming in without getting tested. Like we're gonna see like what the hype is about. From that first time, that's why I told you. Like once I playing with him, both him and G Mac, I said, these dudes ready. We gonna be good, man. Like you could tell right away, the athleticism, the poise, like the footwork. Like a lot of people don't talk about like his footwork and his patience, like the jab step, all that. Like. And then having that, and then like being sneaky athletic, but then like strong, like so physical. Anybody that was like could keep up with him, like and stay in front of him, they couldn't match like how big he was. So like he just was a tough matchup, and just I knew from like day one that he was going to be a problem.
Hey dog, first time I played against him, my man Vashawn Leonard introduced me to him. And there's a restaurant called Muse in Toronto. And Vashawn used to play in Toronto, and then he went to Denver. And Melo was a rookie, so he was a rookie. So I don't even know if he remembered this. I was sitting there with V. Leonard, and we was just having dinner. He was telling me like Vince Carter. I'm telling him about Vince, and he even told me, he's like, I wear 15 because of Vince Carter. Like I love Vince Carter, whatever. But we played the next day, and I remember him going baseline, and I went to go contest his shot. And when I say he ran through me, dog, I never felt nobody that young. I didn't even feel a grown man. He ran through me. I didn't know he made the and one. All I remember is him shooting a free throw. I'm thinking it's a second one to come. They all running down the court. I'm still standing there waiting. I'm like, yo, where everybody going? And finally registered. I was like, this boy just laid me up and one ran through me. I said, God damn, this is the strongest young boy I ever seen and felt in my life, dog. So, yeah, he was a special player, man. But it's always interesting to see, like, when somebody, their presence and how he's received by the other team. But, like, again, y'all, I was really impressed by y'all youth and y'all poise and to win the championship like that, man. That was amazing. That was an amazing feat.
No, yeah, that's like looking back on it, man. Like that's what makes it like make you a better team, man. Just when everybody know their role, like nobody pouting or hating or just like, especially like I could have, like me being a sophomore, we had like seniors, like it could have been a lot of guys like hating, like going like, nah, this freshman ain't. But like when you see somebody that's can do the things that he can do, like. I mean, all right, you do that. Let me see what I can bring to the table. And then everybody, like, through that whole season, man, had a moment where, like, they stepped up off the bench and made a play. Like, we're not winning a championship if it wasn't for, like, everyone, like, having their moment at some point in that season.
So that was a hell of a championship run. I'm sure the city showed you love when you got home.
Hell no. You know, our city don't show no love.
Well, what's the experience like, Hakim, when you enter your name into the draft, you get selected, and we from Philly, so I felt really crazy when my cousin got selected. What was that emotion like for your West Philly crew and your family out there, and what was the excitement like? How'd you feel?
Man, it was like I used to always like, man, playing in the playground. I just remember we used to be playing and going down, like having our own little draft, like walking across and fake shaking the commissioner hand, and to like literally be like doing that, like it just was like it being in New York. It's just so many. I remember, 'cause you know when you get drafted, like you go out, you party, and then that next morning you on the first thing smoking. So I had like I remember like having to get up early and coming out because I had like a little one bedroom suite. I come out and my whole hood, I had to probably been stepping over my whole hood to get over there, like to go and leave them. Like everybody like passed out, drunk and shit, like just to go and get on that flight to get to get down to Memphis. But like it was kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say it's because it was still going, but that it was kind of like that, like all the negativity, like you deal with a lot of negativity, man, to get to this level. Like it's so many people, like people don't realize, like a lot of successful people, like it's so many people that told you that you couldn't do this and you wasn't going to make it. So when things like that happen, it's just good to just kind of like a relief, like damn, I did it, man. I always like dream, like since I was like fourth grade. My first love was football, but like the name is Skinny, and that just didn't match up. So from like fourth grade, like I just made up in my mind, like I'm going to be an NBA player, and I just remember just creating myself on the video games, and now like being on the game and being able to walk across and shake the commissioner's hand and just do something I set my mind to and dream my whole life. It was just a surreal moment, man. And just was very proud of myself that I actually made it.
Was you the type, you know, some people, the negative comments and the negative narrative and all that, they hold on to it, they ignore it, they use it as fuel, or some people just ignore it and just keep moving their own journey? What type of mindset did you have with that?
I mean, I keep it 100. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I do. Like when they did, I did kind of try to use it, but like I wasn't in the gym. Like, oh, he said this. Like it used to, like in the forum and all that. Like it'd sting, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show you. But like it wasn't like I ain't gonna lie and say I was in the gym like oh, this person said that person said that. I'm gonna show them. It was more like I had to show, like, prove to myself, man. Like, no matter what, like when someone said I can't do it, like that was my fuel in the gym. Like that's that's what fueled me, like in them workouts to get better. Like used to 5, 6 in the morning. It's still dark outside. Me and Mello going to get our like individual workouts on. That's the stuff that I just wanted to continue to provide and be the best example I could be for my family and for my city. So, I mean, I did want to like prove people wrong, but I'm not gonna sit up there and lie and say like, oh man, I was in the gym like trying to prove at
That
the
was your
time of, like
motivating factor.
forums. Yeah, like I ain't like yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It do mess up your day. Like you just going about your day and you just see, just out of nowhere, just some hate. And some people just be funny. Like they don't even be knowing what they doing. They just like, hi, yeah. Oh, I got a response. And you having a good day, and they just say some hating shit, like just to say it. And you just be like, man, why you even gotta say that's why I really don't even deal with we trying to even do to like social media like
Yeah.
that, because it's just you gotta have thick skin, man. People really try to bring you
Hey,
down.
Skinny. Hey, Skinny. So, man, Al, excuse me, man, Al talked earlier, and you got drafted to Memphis. What was the atmosphere like in Memphis? Because, from my understanding, it was dangerous as Philly, maybe even a bit more at the time. Like, I've never been, but you've been there. So, the NBA has a stint about Memphis. You actually was there. So, give our audience a feel of what Memphis really like. Yo, is it really that dangerous?
Memphis is hood is so I so it was kind of like a culture shock for me, because like I'm from Philly. Like I spent all like pretty much except when I went to Syracuse, but you on campus, like you ain't really like out there like that. So it's just different because like I first go there and the people so nice and talking to you. Then like you from Philly, like it's not just Philly, it's like East Coast. I feel like, well, how was your day? When they asking you and talking to you, you looking at them like, what's your angle? Like
Right.
like something going on. That's why it took some getting used to. Like, damn, people really is like they don't want nothing. They just nice and friendly and want to talk to you. But then it's that other side of Memphis. Like you go to the strip clubs or you go to the clubs, and it's like, man. But like coming from Philly and being in Philly, like I wasn't like. I mean, it's crazy. Like it's wild. Like it's like they just as hood. They just as crazy out there. Like it's just a different. Like I feel like it's a little slower down there, but man, like you can't like you don't want to watch the news or like
How'd
there's
you
like
how did
some.
how did you move around down there? Like how did you maneuver down there?
I had to couldn't you couldn't like I definitely wasn't going to no hoods or no crazy stuff like that. But even like when you go into like clubs and stuff like that, like you had to like I had my homies. Sometimes like what like you had to make sure I had to make sure like I wasn't like just stepping out by myself. Like the security, make sure the cars and all that. Like it ain't like yeah, it ain't sweet. So like I mean,
Yeah.
coming from Philly, like I know like I know better not to be going. And I mean, and if you're not doing no crazy stuff, like, I was never like no dude like wearing a bunch of jewelry and flashing cash and all that, and they showed me love. So like that was never really like something that I felt like I had to worry about. But like I mean. It was some like when things go down, like fights, something that happened in the club. That's all right. It's time to roll. Like depending on what type of club you in. Like some clubs, they can fight, cool, beat the shit out of each other, and everything is cool. But then when you in some other clubs, and somebody start fighting,
Yeah.
you know, that you probably don't need to be there when the let out happens. So like just knowing things like that, I was able to like stay away from the craziness. But yeah, I saw some things out there.
When y'all Memphis moved from Vancouver, poor Vancouver, man. I love me some Vancouver. God damn, y'all moved from Vancouver. But I remember when y'all first got out there and you were young. They were talking about like, yo, when y'all go out, when the players had to go out of towns and cribs and cars, man, like people was watching. They was really plotting on like players and how they was moving. And then I heard people was going and speaking again. You know, you might gotta go to a school and they be like, yo, don't take your car, whatever car you driving, don't go to that school and make an appearance and all that. And I can't remember the player because at that time, damn, what's my man name? Cedric Henderson. He came out with me. He's from Memphis. And I heard he used to give people Lorenzen Wright, rest in peace to Lorenzen Wright from Memphis as well. But people going to schools and coming back, all four tires gone, car
Yeah.
gone, shit like that. So they was like, yeah, Memphis was one of them challenging cities to play in early
Nah,
on.
yeah.
So
No,
they
yeah,
also
that's
seem like that'd
that's
be a
I
city to
had.
give you love.
No, yeah, they definitely gave me love, but I had like Lorenzen Wright was on the team. Burks was on the team. He was from Memphis too. So like they let me know like it ain't sweet. And I mean they ain't had to let me know. Like I could see, like I could
See it.
see, like it was like, and especially like how, I mean it changed a little bit now, but like I'm used to like growing up in the city and the city like being where everything is. It was like kind of the opposite. I feel like all the nice restaurants and all the things that you wanted was like in the suburbs. In the city, it was just like, nah, you don't really want to
You don't
be
want to
out
go there.
there like
You
that.
don't go
So
there.
it was definitely like different because it's just the whole South is just different.
Yeah, no facts. But you got facts?
And so you moved around a bit. You played in Milwaukee. You played in Chicago. I remember you having a good run out in Phoenix. I felt like you did a good job in Phoenix, and I remember you made the playoffs with Memphis and Chicago. But I felt like you had a nice run out in Phoenix. What would you highlight out of your career? Because I felt like you always scored, you always defended, you always blocked. You was a hell of a player. I just remember you having a real nice stint in Phoenix. What would you say?
Yeah, that was one of my favorite cities to play in, man. Just was, I mean, it made it like playing with Steve. He just made the game
Yeah.
like easy, man. Like you don't realize, like especially like when you play with other like point guards, like you get used to like having the ball like right there and you just being able to go to, it's kind of hard to adjust to playing like how like not getting it right there, because I mean I've been doing it my whole life, but just he made it so like easy to like just bounce past, like you don't got to bend there. It's going to hit you right where it need to hit you, and all you got to do is just worry about finishing. But yeah, I had some good runs out there. Like you said, like I was always like a scorer. I wish I would have concentrated more on the defense and probably would have had a longer career um, in the league. But yeah, that's something that I always like could do, is like score the ball, man, attack the rim, play in the post, in the open court, and just use my athleticism. Like a lot of people um, didn't realize how long I was, and I would like get steals and get blocks. Like, man, how did you get to that? And I just like didn't really like seem like it was that crazy, but like that's what kind of like that's what kind of let me know that like I was like kind of different. Like when people just was like, "Damn, how did you?" And I'm like, that wasn't like really
That's
even
what I
tough.
do.
Like, yeah, like you certain like that's what I'm saying. Like certain things that they probably was playing with. Like when you get up to another level, like everybody, the athleticism and just the getting away with stuff it just gets smaller and smaller. Just everyone's just as strong. Like you could before, like maybe get away with out jumping somebody. Like I had to learn early that all right, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to just post people up and back people down and dunk on people like I did in college. So I had to really work on my mid range and just using quickness more because it's just so many guys just strong and can jump just as high.
Who had more bounce, you or Stromile Swift?
Oh man, he had that off that 2 foot bounce. I needed to move. I needed that 1-2. But nah, I definitely wasn't messing with his 2 foot bounces.
Who was your vets, dog? Who was your vets coming up?
Man, Biggie. Damon Stoudemire, Eddie Jones.
Yeah, they was in Memphis. Yup.
They was in Memphis. Mike
Kyle
Miller,
wasn't there. Was Kyle in Memphis? I'm sorry, was Kyle there? Were you there when Kyle got drafted?
So Kyle came. So I went from it was crazy because we went playoffs and then it went from that year like all those guys like Eddie Jones, Damon Stoudemire, and then it was kind of like we just like started over, like Kyle, Rudy. So now it's kind of like, man, those my young boys. I'm trying to like show them love and take them under my wing. Like the crazy thing is like Kyle, going back to shout out Tel Vaughn, going back to him, he was telling me about him. Like when I was a junior, when I was a senior, he was a freshman. He's like, yo, y'all need to get Kyle. He getting quadruple doubles. You know how he talk. And I'm like, man, I said, we already got this one dude. And they said he good. He said, man, he ain't no Kyle Lowry. So I'm like, crazy that I'm playing against him at Nova. And now the following year, this little dude is now my teammate.
That's great. Hey yo, so I'm gonna ask you this, dog. I had a 10-day contract, right? And my first game back, I've not playing for like almost 2 years. I had a 10-day contract with the Clippers. My first game back was against Memphis.
Yeah.
And it was Kyle's rookie year. So you was on that squad.
Yeah.
Y'all had Mike Miller.
We had Mike. Yep.
Yo, you remember me busting ass?
Nah, I don't remember that. So
They threw me in the game, dog, and had me chasing Mike Miller for 2 minutes. I felt like I played 48 minutes, dog.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't see. Now I'll tell you one thing. And we had Chucky Atkins. He came the year after. He told me this one thing I never forget. I was dying laughing, and it pretty much summed up my career. Like I didn't went from like not playing like DMP to like when Pau Gasol, I was like the man, like averaging at the time almost averaged like the first couple games I was averaging like 17, like averaging 30 playing 30 minutes a game, and then like when he came back. It was like I was getting DMPs, and he was like, "Man, I ain't never seen nobody go so fast from sugar to shit like you." So I was in and out the lineup, so I don't know when that was, but if I wasn't, I might not have been in the lineup, and I would have probably over there just pouting and don't have like the best clearest time. But no, I do remember because whenever you play against a Philly ball, like I made sure like to like show him some love and watch. So I do remember.
Cat was on that team, and I was with Cat, and it's funny because Kyle and Rudy came over Cat crib after that, and we was all laughing like that was the first. They just threw me in the game. I ain't even had sneaks. They had to go to Foot Locker to get some sneaks. So, but it's funny you tell Chucky said that to you because my rookie year, Stacey Augman. Told me, young fella, from the penthouse to the outhouse. That's what you be playing, dog. He be like, to the penthouse to the outhouse. And I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, yeah, just stay working. I'd be like, yeah, that league is a bitch, man. People don't know, man. That league that should have had you going crazy. And it's like going back to what you said when Fats asked you, like, the process. And we never get an opportunity to truly enjoy the moment. It's always the next. Oh, I had 20 this
Yeah.
game, or I got
Yeah.
drafted, or I'm like, you never. And it wasn't until I finished my career and I went back as a player development coach at Toronto, and I got there early. I was with DeMar and Sonny Weems, and I could smell the popcorn. I could see the fans outside waiting to come in the game and the excitement around the game. I could see the production and all this. I'm like, damn, man, these young boys don't even realize all this is for them. Like, to how to really enjoy it. Like, people getting ready to go to work, so y'all to entertain. Like, and I never, like, playing, I never grasped that concept. I was like, man, it's just game time. But I never really truly enjoyed until it was all over. So that's my advice to anybody now. You got to enjoy it somehow, some way. Find that joy and find that appreciation while you're in the middle of it.
Yeah, but it's hard because you, like you said, as a competitor, you're always thinking about shit, that next contract, that next, like, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to get to this level, and like you never satisfied. So like you really don't have the time to like just sit back and like, damn, like maybe every now and then you do it. Like when I won a national championship, I was able to do it like a little bit, but it was just like, all right, next day, all right, let's try to get championship number 2. You get drafted, all right, damn, I made it, but all right, that's behind me. Now I got to prove this, and I want to become an all-star. I want to be the best. Like I want to, like it's all like it's just a rat race. Like you just always chasing.
I also think too, Skinny, my fault, Fat. I think too, Skinny, when you finish playing, having that chase mentality, having that competitive mentality, that's why it's so hard, at least for me, that's why it's so hard for you to adjust to not having that chase, not having that. And then you reflect back like, damn. And now you always want to tell your story. Now you want, and that's why I commend you to, like, I don't feel like being on all these things. But you see so many former players, they want to talk about what they did. People don't remember and all that shit. But it's like, if you really had a chance to really enjoy it and let you become one with that moment, it's kind of like once it's over with, all right, man, I did that, man. I'm fulfilled now. A lot of us not fulfilled because we chasing. So, but yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting mindset.
So, Skinny, where I was going with the question is, like both of y'all just said, y'all continue to be these high-end athletes, and y'all chase and y'all go. And so both of y'all now are with 2 organizations. You doing some scouting, Alvin doing some announcing. What's the process of you being a scout, and what are you looking for our younger audience to understand what you may look for in kids outside of their talent? What do you look for when you go on a scouting report or you go to check out some guys playing? If you could share some information with our younger audience to let them understand what a scout like you may be looking for when the organization sends you out.
Oh, that's a good question. Now, right now I just do pro, but like I'm still like in the meeting, and I know like, so we go like being on this side. I see like we got grassroots scouts, college scouts, but like now being on this side, man, it's so much that I know. Like I wish I would have known, like coming up, like before, like especially like height, like that's why I tell my son, like some of the things, like especially back then, like I was so worried. We so worried about numbers, like getting your stats, like the rankings, like all that stuff, like really don't like mean nothing real. Like don't, like if I can give you some advice, try to become the best defender that you can, because that's what they looking for, guys that can defend the ball. Like me and I was talking about earlier, like there's only a handful of guys that's really going to be able to take that ball and them hand it to you, and you just be able to play, and like those are the LeBrons and the KDs and the Lucas. But most people you won't have to fill a role. So like being able to be a team player, man, and play off the ball, not have the ball in your hand, but still defend at a high level. Be able to defend those type of guys, those Lucas and those KDs, and then being efficient enough to, when you don't touch the ball 2-3 possessions, you still got to be able to knock that open shot down when those dudes give you the ball. And that's what a lot of people can't do. So, like, even if you, like right now, if you scoring 20, 30 a game, like you still need to like work on like playing off the ball and being like that secondary guy, like not having to create off the dribble. Like if you can create off the dribble, cool. All right, catch and shoot, sit in the corner. Like maybe you don't wherever your high school or whatever you playing, you don't have you probably maybe not have a guy that can create or do those things, and you have to do all it. But like if I was you, I would probably try to go play with somebody else and find ways to be more of like that team like concept player, like lower loose usage player, because I feel like the NBA has really like shifted to whereas like back when I was like when I first got drafted and when you was drafted, like a lot of the guys like on the team, like the roster from like 1 to 15, like they all probably averaged 15 to 20, 30 points. They put in work. Like they was all like first, second options. But now if you look on rosters, there's guys that wasn't even the first option on a team, might not be second, third option because they can fit that role already and they already had so they not taking the ball out of Luca's hands and giving it to you because you good, but you not that good. And if you are, then more power to you. Keep doing it. But like more than likely, most guys when you get to college or you get to that NBA level, there's gonna come a point in time where you gonna have to be a role player. So I think it's easier. It's harder when you get further away. Like it's hard going all AAU, all high school, and then you get to college, and it's like, damn, man, I don't got the ball. And it's even harder if you did it all the way through college, and now you in the NBA because the NBA like they not gonna baby you. So like it's just like if it don't work out, it's not like it's on to the next. So I think the earlier you can like get some of them skills, learning how to be more of a team player, playing off the ball, the better.
I think to that point too. I think the NBA more so today, and more my time, especially at Villanova when I went there. NBA is very similar to the college now when it comes to systems. Like every team, like back in the day, you get a ball to the best player, everybody clear out and let the best player make a play. Now it's drive, kick, pass, kick, cut, dive, dribble, handoff, constant movement, read and react, offense. Everybody's involved to a degree, you know what I mean? And to that point, it's like, all right, you really got to fulfill a role because you see now there's so many undrafted players. There's so many second-round players. There's so many G League players that can be inserted into a role, into a game, and they can have career games, and their career can be propelled after one time. And it's not so much of your reputation and your name and where you were drafted because you can be drafted and get sent to the G League for a minute and then, never be heard of again. So I think to your point, it's very critical for players to really understand how to play conceptual basketball, team concepts, and play a role to your point. So that's a challenge, especially with everybody having these trainers and one-on-one opportunities. That's not going to always translate into the game unless the coach and you have that type of responsibility.
Yeah. And another thing that like to piggyback off that's good. Just like you said, man, like dudes undrafted. Now they probably playing over guys that were McDonald's All-Americans, college All-Americans, first round picks. So like just and even that haven't happened with me. Like just run your race, man. Don't worry about what the next man got. Like right now, if you watching this, you in Philly, you unranked, and you got this dude in front of you and he doing all that. Just keep working, man. Just keep getting as good as you can, and just be prepared, like, to take advantage of the opportunity. That's one thing that happened with me, like with Nike camp. Like, don't sit up there and pout. Like, when you like Eminem say, you may really only get one chance, and if you're not prepared for that, then like it's that's it. Like, it's some.
Yeah.
It is like life is unfair. Some people may get more opportunities, more bites at the apple, more chances. You coming from the inner city kids, like, you really may only have one chance. So just make sure that you prepared whenever that chance comes, and don't worry about what the next dude got, or if someone not doing this and doing that. Just keep getting better. Keep your head down and just keep trying to get better every day.
That's great advice.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. We've run an hour. We don't want to take up too much of your time, but before we let you go, I wanted you to give a shout out to anybody you wanted to give a shout out to from Philly, or your prior players you played with. But it's a pleasure having you. You know, me and you, we interact in the clubs, or whenever I get a chance to see you, it's always love. I appreciate you taking the time to come talk to us, man. And I really got love for your family. Fred's my guy. You've been my guy. So it's all love, man. So I want to give you the chance to say what up or do what you want to do before we get out of here, Hakim.
Man, I got too many people to name, so I'm not going to even just sit up there and because I don't want nobody getting mad at me. But no, but real, I just want to give a shout out to, like, Philadelphia basketball, like the whole culture. Like before, I was a bit, like, I got my nickname from Penny Hardaway because I'm skinny. But like before that, like, there's so many guys like in Philadelphia basketball that I like idolize. Like, they wasn't no big names. They probably, like, a lot of them didn't even like go and play high level college. But like, just being able to see that as a kid, and growing up and just seeing the competitive, like the 16th Street and all those leagues, man. I just love Philadelphia basketball. That's why I always played in the summertime, because I knew how important it was for me seeing that as a youngin'. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Philly, and hopefully we can get it back to where it was, because that's one thing I be going to these meetings, and I'm looking, because that's the first thing I do. Like, when I go look, I go see any Philly kids on there. I haven't been seeing no Philly kids lately, so we gotta get back and get some more Philly kids up there, man. Because that's I love my city, man. I just love to see, like, guys like you that's doing well, and just whenever I can do the help, man. I just wanted to shout out Philly and say I just love my city, and just they made me who I was.
Philly proud of you, dog, and I'm proud of you too. Like, being an old head, but watching you from afar, knowing Fred was my youngin'. I was introduced to Fred as a young buck and playing in some. We played out in Charlie Weber together. I think he was just around. I think he was on the team though, but Fred was so younger than us. But always loved Fred game. Always, I used to call him Freddie Guns. He used to shoot that thing. But
Yeah.
then you come up after that. But from your journey, dog, from you not being a highly touted recruit and you getting your opportunities, so you see you get that one chance for you. Somebody that got his jersey retired at Syracuse University, dog. That's like, it ain't no slouches that went.
Nah, that's big time.
Syracuse is something that's huge. Fan base, that's a whole culture up there. But you being recognized up there to that level, being a first team All-American with the Chris Pauls and these guys like that, dog, is like, then your career, of course, your career speaks for itself, but you're somebody that definitely showed fortitude and, resilience and all of those things, man. So you're a perfect example of somebody that may not have been on the radar, but end up on the high end of the radar. So, man, kudos to you, man. I'm always good to see you when you're on the sideline working. You're professional. You're in there conducting yourself. I see how people come up and interact with you. I see how you interact with people. So, man, I'm proud of you and how you keep going and pushing forward, man. Still part of the game, which is also an honor, no, man. So thanks for your time, and thanks for all the words and the wisdom that you gave us today, too.
Nah, yeah.
Yo, you remember when Fat Simons dunked on you, too? You remember that?
Nah,
You remember that?
no,
Oh, hey,
I don't remember that. But I do. I stayed away from them nights out. You see, he mentioned that. I sidestepped that. I had to sidestep that. But that was it
No, but
definitely
I
was
was
some epic nights.
I was gonna say before we go, me and Al owe you one. I think you beat us in the championship of Out Media or something like that.
No. He didn't beat us.
We beat them.
We mopped them up. That wasn't the championship though, but he helped us win the championship down Drexel.
Nah,
Remember we played Camden?
no, we what? Yeah, that was my. That was yeah. So I won every. Like this how like people like they like, oh, he been in the NBA, but this shit really like this how important Philadelphia basketball is to me. Like I won with I think it was it was me. I think it was Rick. We had
Rick, Cat, Sean
yeah.
Colson.
Yeah. So and then that was that the year we played
Wani and them down Camden.
We played
Camden.
Wani. We had four NBA players on the floor, and it was Wani and his niggas. And we shout out to Wani. So we had they booed us because we had to like double team him.
We was
like
triple
soon as he
teaming
came across half court, we was like, fuck, this nigga ain't beating us. Soon as he came across half court, we start like trapping him. But like, yeah, like I was trying.
Hey Skinny, you don't remember that? I was guarding him, right? And he was on fire. That whole summer he was on fire. I looked back at you, was like, hey yo, man, come on, man. yo,
No, I think, and then Rick was talking so much shit too. Like I think Rick tried to guard him, and then we all looked at each other like, yeah, ain't nobody stopping this motherfucker. Like I think Cat was on him. We said, yeah, we just going dumb. They was like, boo. We was like, fuck that.
Yeah, they was hot. Camden was hot.
He gonna win this motherfucker by himself if we don't do that.
Yeah, nah, dog.
But no, yeah,
that was the summer basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
No,
shout out. 'Cause it was definitely some crazy leagues, man. It's some good times, but appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks again, Skinny. You know, ain't nothing but love from here, man. So proud of you as well as Alvin was, man. I'm glad you a Philadelphia kid. They made it out, made your way. You still doing your thing. You still with a nice organization scouting. So much applause to you, man, and keep doing your thing, man. Much love from us to you for sure.
Appreciate y'all.
Detroit, you might be on another championship. Detroit looking real good. They dropped. How they lose last night though? God dang.
We couldn't make a three, man. But it's just it's been crazy, man. Just even like when it was a couple games. I think we beat the Sixers. It was basically our G League team, and I'm like, man, these do like that, like. It kind of reminded me back like when we won a championship because everybody, I just feel like everybody just love each other and just when everyone know they role and everybody people not pouting and hating, like even like you can overcome like on paper like teams probably they think they got more talent than you and we've done that time and time again. Like, even like when guys not available, just playing hard and just having each other back.
Yeah, nah. Y'all showing it. Good luck to y'all this year. Shout out to Pooh Allen too. He on that staff.
No, yeah, for sure.